Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the narcissist needs an audience. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. And I just found a fantastic new location. This takes me way back to one of the first videos I ever created. Not the first, but that first year, at a place called the Rancho. I'm now at a picnic table in an absolutely beautiful environment. I feel super comfortable and I'm blessed to have found this spot. Having said that, the narcissist needs an audience. You may know that, maybe you don't. The narcissist has always been performing. They performed when they were with you. They performed before they met you, and they certainly are performing right now. Now, the audience that the narcissist performs for usually is an audience of one. That's when you were with them. Also, there are different audiences. The audience that they perform for when they are at work, when they are on a plane, a train, an automobile, when they are stuck in traffic, when they are with people at a school play or a recital, when they're attending a sporting event, when they're at a barbecue or a holiday or a celebration or graduation. The narcissist tests the temperature of each and every person they ever encounter consistently, constantly. They are trying to figure out which people are believing in them, which people they can manipulate, which people are still believing in the mask, which people have figured them out, which people are trying to stay a little bit away from them, which people are no longer participating in the charades or the games of the narcissist. And the narcissist knows this. When you first met them, you may not have realized that they were studying you, because they were. They were looking at you, they were observing you, they were watching you. Everything from the way you used your words, to the way you dressed, to your mannerisms, to how quickly you answered the phone or texted, to what time you went to work, if you were on time, if you were late, if you did your laundry, if you were a clean person, meaning maybe a clean freak, or you like to keep a house organized or not. The narcissist was watching all of this. On top of that, they were also learning about you and your hopes and your dreams and your aspirations, where you had come from, what you had accomplished, where you wanted to go to, and what you wanted to accomplish. They latched onto you and your beautiful, bright, shining light. They used you as a fuel source. They used you for what they could take from you. They manipulated you. They brainwashed you. They tricked you and trapped you and kept you existing in that narcissistic fog. Now, the narcissistic fog, for those of you who don't know what it is, you may say, what is he talking about? I don't understand this. What it is, it's a mindset. It's a place where you don't want to be. It's a place where you are now locked and encaged or enclosed in a cage, in a dungeon-like, trance-like state, which is called the narcissistic fog. I don't say this lightly. I was there for many years. You probably were there. Maybe this is the first video you're consuming. Maybe you're there right now. But that's not where you want to be, because when you're there, you are doing things that you usually wouldn't do. Example, perhaps you are ruminating, or you were ruminating, or you were thinking about the narcissist, wondering where they are, who they're with, what they're doing. Perhaps right now you're experiencing FOMO, fear of missing out. That's not a good experience either. I created that video in 2021. All these things I'm mentioning to you encompass the narcissistic fog. This is a place you can't touch, but it's real. You can't see it, but you can feel it. And it is a mindset where you are subservient to another person. It's almost as if they cast a spell on you, or a trance they placed you in, because that is what they did, the trance, not the spell, although many others may disagree there. Having said that, when you're in the narcissistic fog, you don't know what is commonplace. You don't know what is going to be listened to, what is going to be ignored, or how you're going to be treated. Because the more you were giving to the narcissist when you were in that trance-like state, the more they were taking. The more you gave, the more they wanted. The more they wanted, the less you had. The less you had, the more they looked for your replacement, which was the new supply. Now, all these things I'm mentioning to you, it equals that when you are in a debilitating, life-threatening, challenging relationship with the narcissist, and you're in the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog, or caught up in the trauma bond, and all three of those are interchangeable but yet unique to themselves, and they all fit like a glove in these relationships. When you're in those spaces, you don't know how you got there. You are giving everything you have to the person who is trying to destroy your life, your mindset, your hopes, dreams, your goals, your purpose, your health, your time, your job, your hobbies, and everything else. Because they now know that they have you on the hook. They now know that they sank their dirty fangs into you, and they can push and pull you away, or push you away or pull you in, or take you super high and drop you super low. That's why they were playing to an audience of one when it was just you in the four walls of the house whenever you were with the narcissist. This is why you would be gaslit. This is why you would be triangulated when you were sitting at dinner tables with them. This is why you would have to keep the kitchen clean while they continued to make a mess. This is why you would ask them, please, can you not use oil when we're cooking? It gets all over the oven and the stove and the kitchen, and it's really hard to clean up. And what do? They go buy 13 gallons of oil, so they know you don't like that, so that's what they would do. Examples. But the audience, when you were with them in those four walls, wherever you were, maybe you were in a car, or maybe you were on a vacation or whatever, they were doing whatever they could to string you along, to punish you, and to have you pay a big price for being you. That is not any way to be living. When you're consistently or constantly trying to put out the fires that another person is starting intentionally, or maybe even unintentionally, that's not a good way to live life. But again, back then you didn't know what you know now. You didn't know that narcissism existed and it was prevalent on the planet. You thought most people thought the way you did. You thought most people had your best interest at heart, and you thought that most people were kind, loving, stable, healthy, committed, and that were honest and authentic. Well, now you know there are many different types of people. And at one end is the narcissist, or maybe worse, and at the other end is the empath, the legitimate, real empath. And yes, we do exist. But when the audience is you, and it's only you, and then enter another person or people, let's say, example, you were at your house or you were somewhere grabbing lunch, and then lo and behold, this mysterious couple shows up and they grab a dinner table with you, and now it's the four of you having dinner or lunch. Well, the narcissist knows these people, but you don't. Well, what happened there? What happened there is maybe that was a setup. Maybe it was arranged. Maybe the narcissist was cheating with one of those two people. I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is when you're not with the narcissist, you never know where they are, who they're with, or what they're doing. But enter those two people. Now, when you were being ignored at that restaurant, let's say it was lunch, you were being ignored and the wait staff was being treated better than you, and you were being triangulated, and you were looking around the room at the restaurant saying, why can't I be in a relationship like everyone else here? Well, then these two people sit down at the dinner table with you, or the lunch table, and all of a sudden the narcissist performs a different act. They now are batting their eyelashes, showing the rosy cheeks, and acting like everything's great. Of course, they're still ignoring you, but why would they do that? Well, because now they have a new audience. They have to switch gears quickly and take off the abusive, dragging, toxic, draining, ignoring you mask, and now they have to put on the sunshine and puppies rainbow mask. And this is for these two people. And again, I shared with you earlier, maybe one of those people is the person they were cheating with. I don't know, can't tell you. But the point being is now there's an audience of three, and the narcissist is performing, but they're not just performing for the three of you. They're also probably talking to those two people and asking questions and saying, yeah, we should get together this weekend. And yeah, it'd be great. Let's take the kids and go do this. And yeah, we could go on vacation in the winter time. Sure, of course we'll use the ski chalet. It's going to be great. And you would be scratching your head saying, wait, I tried to get you to go to the ski chalet 3 years ago. You didn't want to do it, but now you want to do it? See, they're ignoring you, punishing you, not paying attention to you, disrespecting you, and they're keeping you stuck in that dungeon, that zombie-like, trance-like state, which is the narcissistic fog. You're not being heard. And they're giving all of their attention to these two people. Why would they do that? One, because they can. Two, because those two people perhaps have the ski chalet, and the narcissist wanted to get access to it, so they appear like everything's going great. Well, what happens when that lunch ends and they get access to the ski chalet, as an example? Well, the people leave, or all four of you leave. Now you get in the car and you're driving, of course, and your car has no gas in it, so you have to go put gas in it because the narcissist is too lazy to do it. You have to spend your money not only on the lunch and the gas and the car and the maintenance and driving and everything, but now you're in the car being ignored again because now the audience is back to just you. What happened there? Well, what happened is the couple who left, those people are now thinking, wow, what an amazing person. This is great. We're going to have so much fun come this winter, etc. It's going to be fantastic. Well, what they don't know, or maybe they do, is your partner is the narcissist or a toxic person. They're just being used like you were. However, that's not where it stops. Where it stops also is the people who left the lunch may be questioning you, saying, what about their partner, which was you? And it certainly was me. How come they weren't talkative? How come they weren't participating in the conversation? Something seems wrong there. Something seems off. And then they would just brush it off. Oh, probably just having a bad day. Maybe they're on lunch break and they had work on their mind, etc. No. See, this is how the narcissist gets the best of every world possible. You pay, you drive, you fill the gas tank, you pay for lunch, you are subservient at the dinner table or the lunch table. The narcissist is punishing you for being you because you're the audience of one. Then enter the two people. Now there's an audience of three. They put the new shiny mask on, get those people drinking the Kool-Aid, and now you're being punished. Those people are seeing how you're behaving because you're being disrespected, not treated properly. And now the narcissist is controlling three people with one lunch. This is what they do. That's just one micro example of how these people slither into people's lives, infiltrate their lives, perform for particular audiences, and then disappear. Take a holiday as an example. Let's say that you were dating the narcissist, and or maybe it was your sibling, who knows, that's a narcissist. But let's say dating, you invited them over to your house for a holiday. Well, what would happen? The holiday dinner table would be set, it would be all ready at a certain time. Let's say it was 6 o'clock, you're gonna have dinner, and everyone's there, your immediate family members are there, and their spouses and their kids and grandkids, and everyone's there. And what happens? Your partner, who turned out to be the narcissist, but again, you didn't know they were one, they're late. Why would they be late? Well, one, because they didn't want to be at that holiday celebration with you. Two, they wanted to punish you because they wanted to keep you on the hook, wondering where they were. Three, they wanted to blow up that holiday. Four, they wanted to be late, so all the eyes were on them. You see, they're making the fashionable late entrance. And now everyone who is now eating, because it's 6:45 and people waited for your partner to show up, but they didn't show up because they claimed they were stuck in traffic, wink, wink, when they were probably at the new supplies house doing whatever they were doing. But now they showed up 45 minutes late, and all the dinner plates are finished just about. People are in the kitchen cleaning up, etc., or getting ready to, and the dessert's just getting ready to be served. And what happens? Oh, you made it, fantastic, grab a chair, we saved a plate for you, this is excellent. Well, what happens? Now the narcissist gets everything their way again. One, they controlled you during that holiday celebration because they weren't there. They punished you. They were late on purpose. They blew up that holiday on purpose for you. Number two, they didn't get to spend time with all of your family members or whoever was there. This again is on purpose. Why? Because they can't wear a mask for 10, 20, 30 people at once, because most likely a couple of those people will see something that the narcissist doesn't want them to see, so they can't do that. They want to just stay back. Number three, the narcissist is getting supply, acting like their mini drama that they created, that they had a flat tire or they were stuck in traffic, that was the reason why they were late. Well, they weren't late because of that. They claimed they were late because they didn't want to go. They wanted to punish you. And also think about if they were rendezvousing with the new supply in a hotel room or wherever they were, wherever they were when they were supposed to be at dinner with you. Now they leave that person on the hook and claim that they have to go somewhere, maybe your house or maybe somewhere else's house. The point is that person now is stuck in the hotel room reeling, wondering what's going on. Why don't you stay with me? It's a holiday. See, this is how the narcissist controls multiple people at any one moment. That's why once you get the wisdom and you apply the tools that are provided for you with each and every video I create, and with all the fantastic comments from all over the globe on the videos I create, once you get the wisdom, you really need to go no contact. You need to block these people, delete them, remove them and all fly monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? You see, the narcissist needs an audience. I just gave you 3 different illustrations there. What about in traffic? Let's say that you're in traffic and you were with the narcissist, or let's say that they were driving on their own. Let's say you weren't even there and they get stuck in freeway traffic and it's bumper to bumper. Or are they going to be sitting there putting in their meditational videos and singing kumbaya and and chanting and being peaceful and saying, that's just the way it is, I need to get through this, it's okay, I'll be home in 45 minutes, it's going to take me an extra 30 minutes, but I'll be home, everything's fine? No, they're not going to do that at all. They will be blaring the horns, trying to cut people off, putting their blinkers on, raging music, complaining, waving their arms, waving their elbows out the window, doing everything they can to disrupt people's energy. And they will do whatever they can do to get out of that traffic jam. Why do you think somebody would do that? 1, because that person is entitled, or they believe they're entitled. 2, they believe they're better than everyone else stuck in traffic. 3, they believe wherever they're going, they should be there already and they shouldn't have to wait like a common person. Number 4, they're trying to blow up other people's evenings or rides home from work. And number 5, or whatever number I'm on, they flat out don't care. But what they were doing in that traffic analogy is they were performing for an audience of anybody who was unfortunate enough to get within a car 2 or 3 of their car. This happens way more than you think. It happens on bridges going to the beach in the summertime. It happens on the freeway gridlock coming home from work. It happens when there is a natural disaster, meaning when people are trying to get out of an area that they're being told, hey, you have 48 hours to get out of here, maybe a hurricane warning or something. Well, what happens? The narcissist isn't going to listen to the people that are telling them to get out. They're going to do whatever they want to do, but when it's too late, now they're going to do whatever they can do and throw anybody under the bus as long as they're safe. This is why the narcissist needs an audience. The narcissist needs to be needed. They need people to pay attention to them. They need people to regulate them. The narcissist needs supply. What is supply? Supply could be anything from a pet, from a ride, from a package, to a person, to a phone call, to a text, to a job, to a parking space, to a car, to a watch, to anything. Now, the narcissist wants and or needs negative supply or positive supply. Negative is when they can take somebody like you and steal your mindset, steal your beautiful, bright, shining light, your empathy, your kindness, your love, your commitment, your diligence, your resilience, your purpose, your relationships, your health, your money, everything. When they can take that from you and you don't know anything about it, well, that's what they love. That's because now they've taken everything from you and they've left you destitute or crumbled up like a sheet of paper and thrown away in the freeway. They also like positive supply, which is reinforcement. You're such an amazing human being. I can't believe how well you perform at the job. How do you do it so effortlessly? I can't believe you donate so much money to all those causes and you always look impeccable, and it's absolutely mind-blowing how you give back to humanity. Well, not so fast. That's supply. Now, no, I don't go walking around the planet looking for narcissists. Quite the contrary. I'm sharing with you the narcissist is everywhere. And they will do whatever they can do to disrupt people's energy, and they will throw money at people when they need to. They will take money away from they don't want to. They will blow up vacation when they need to. They will make a late appearance when they need to. They will text people whenever they want to, which is a whole different thing. Texting and the narcissist, that's an audience of one many times, but you would be surprised how often the narcissist would be texting you and perhaps other people, and other people knew about it. Here are some examples. Texting to you is a way of communicating with people, with a person or people. Maybe you text one person and the two of you go back and forth, and that usually, or supposed to be, is a private communication between two people. Then there are groups. You can text in a group chat, and whoever's in that group, hopefully you vetted them and they are a kind, loving, stable person like you. Okay, fine. Now insert the narcissist. When you were texting that person that you were considering who turned out to be toxic, maybe even the narcissist, when you would be texting them, what would you be doing? Well, you would be sharing information with them, telling them whatever you want to tell them, checking in with them, reporting back to them, and doing so much more. And many times they would be taking those texts, and really play this part of the video a few times, and they would be showing it to people you never met, will never even know existed, or to the new supply, as plural, supply or supplies, saying, look, this is what they're showing me. This person, they love me so much, they care about me so much. See, I just can't get rid of them. All they want to do is check in with me. They need me. Think about why they would do that. The narcissist would do that. Why would they show somebody else your texts? Well, they're trying to get that person on the hook. They're trying to paint the narrative that they, i.e. the narcissist, is in high demand. They're trying to paint the narrative that you need them. The truth is they need you, or they needed you. And all they're trying to do is monkey branch from one relationship to the next. And they're trying to keep as many people stuck in that narcissistic fog as possible. So texting, it's supposed to be private. It's supposed to be shared with you and the person who you're texting. Well, that's not what the narcissist does. They will casually put their phone down on the kitchen counter or leave it in a car somewhere or at a restaurant table, flipped over, which means not flipped down, but flipped visible, and they will leave the messages unread or read so you could see them. Why would they do that? The reason they would do that is because they want you to see information. They want to stir the pot. Let's say it was a dinner. Say the narcissist usually takes their smartphone to dinner, to the bathroom when they're at dinner. But this one time they left their smartphone on the table face up, and it was open with a bunch of different texts to different people. What did you do? Maybe you grabbed it, took a quick peek because you knew something was wrong in the relationship, something was rocky, but you didn't have the wisdom you had now. You looked, lo and behold, there's 3, 4, 5 different people that they're talking with, and you have no idea what they're talking about or who these people are, but they're talking about the kind of things you would be talking about, and they're sending all the heart emojis and the cute puppy emojis and the rainbows and miss you and all those kind of things. And you'll be saying, wait, what about me? I thought we were in this relationship. We've been together for months or years. Why are you talking to these people this way? Well, then you would put the phone down, scratching your head. Now the narcissist comes back from the bathroom. They see the phone has been moved a little bit, and they see that the person's communication they left open with, it's not on that person's communication, it's on someone else's, which means now they know you looked at the phone, but they're never going to let you know that. Now they give you the smirk. They stare at you and look at you and say, interesting, you took the bait. Now, they're not going to say that with their words, but with their shift of their eyes or in their tiny little brain, they're going to say that. They're going to say, wow, you took that bait. You don't even know that I put that phone out on purpose to set you up. See, these are the things you didn't know back then, but now you're learning. So finishing that example with dinner, the smartphone, when the narcissist goes to the bathroom, who are they performing for there? Well, that's an audience of you, of anyone they were communicating with at dinner, and basically anybody on their smartphone, because the narcissist loves their smartphone and they need it. It's like their third arm. It's an extension of them. Without their smartphone, the narcissist is essentially helpless, because all they'd have to do with is themselves, and they'd have to drive somewhere or use an old dial-up phone, whatever. But the smartphone is a computer in your hand. You now know that, so that's why they need their smartphones, plural. That's why many toxic people have more than one smartphone. No, not everybody, but many people do. And they claim one's for work, one's for business, one's for pleasure. Well, I know more than enough people that have one smartphone and they can do all things on that one smartphone, but whatever. If you are not the narcissist, and you're not, I'm sure, well, then you know what you're doing. If you have multiple smartphones, you're in charge, you're in control. But the narcissist is always playing for an audience. The narcissist needs an audience. I just gave you multiple examples and illustrations. Think about why the narcissist would purchase certain items and then they would return them after they've used them. Maybe it's an article of clothing like a dress or a shirt. Maybe it is a car after they give it a test drive for 29 days and it's on a 30-day warranty or return policy. Maybe it's on a dinner. They want to return a dinner after they ate every morsel but the last piece of corn on the plate. Who knows? The narcissist would do this because they can, and they want to create a scene. And they also want to be cheap and not spend money. And they also want to act like they're in control and in charge. And so when these policies are put into place, example, return policy with an article of clothing. Well, in the old days, because that's where those policies came from, it was meant in good faith that if you purchased an item, maybe a dress or a shirt, and it had a hole in it or something happened or a fabric fell apart, that you could return it in 30 days, no questions asked, and you could just, they will support their brand. Well, that's kind of not how it is these days. Yes, do certain companies have return policies? Of course. But now the narcissist has picked up on this. So now what do? Well, they get free wardrobe every 29 days because they're now wearing clothes claiming that it was frayed or ripped or it didn't keep them warm or it wasn't cool enough, whatever, and then they get a new opportunity to return things. But what does that do for the narcissist? It keeps them busy, it gives them supply, it lets them think they're in control, and they get to create a scene or threaten people with their job or report them to upper management if they don't do what they want them to do. This is why the narcissist needs an audience. They've always needed an audience. The thing is, their audience to them currently in this day and age, they think their audience is growing. And truth be told, it is to a degree. But guess what? The educated empath's audience is growing also, meaning we are getting stronger. We are becoming more awakened and aware, educated and empowered. We are not participating as a member of that audience any longer. We are not buying tickets to the performance. We are not buying tickets to the show. We are letting the narcissist perform for whomever they want to perform for, as long as it's not anybody that we know, and specifically not ourselves. If the narcissist wants to continue the charade and continue the vagabond-like games and the narcissistic cycle performing for audiences, because that's what they do, well, then that's what they're going to do. But once we got the wisdom and applied the tools, we are no longer buying tickets for any performance at all. We are now drowning out toxicity. We are maintaining our boundaries. We've gone no contact, and we can say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. So the narcissistic cycle will continue to go around and around. It will always go around and around and around until it doesn't. The whole key is you're out or you're about to get out. You've healed or you are healing. You are understanding that these people don't change, they only deteriorate. They are always looking for an audience, and it doesn't matter if it's negative supply or positive supply, or if it's an audience of 1 or of 300. They need to be adored. They need to feel superior. They need to feel like they're in control, and they need to feel like they're pulling one over on people. But those people or that person no longer is you, because you're out and you're staying out and you're maintaining your boundaries. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And as I open the video with, this is bringing me back to the old days. This spot is magical, and I've never been here before. Just discovered it. But my hope is the video is a little more quiet, a little more peaceful, and this has really taken me back a long time ago. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I loved it. And I want to share something with you, whether you're out of the relationship or exiting the relationship or cutting the ties, which are the emotional, financial, physical, and spiritual tie, or maybe you've been out for years. No matter what you do, maintain your boundaries. No matter what you do, don't give narcissism any of your energy. No matter what you do, maintain no contact. And no matter what you do, trust your instincts, your intuition, pay attention to red flags, and stay away from drama, manipulation, confusion, chaos, victimness, or anyone else's problems. I am not saying don't be a good person and help other people. I'm saying, and I'm suggesting, that you should be surrounding yourself with like-minded, reciprocal, healthy, two-way relationships with people that actually care about you, maybe even love you, and have your best interest at heart. That's where your energy should go. It shouldn't be going out the window, giving another toxic person another chance, thinking that they're going to change, thinking they do care about you, thinking that they have changed, etc. They don't care. They will never change. They will never improve. They will never elevate. These people, i.e. the narcissists, they all become the AG narcissists. It's just a matter of time. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Yeah.